Well, hi everybody. Welcome to Adventures After Dark here on the LOTRO stream channel. I'm your host, Big Ed Mustafa, and tonight, at least to start with, we're going to be running around with Lenorian. She is my 79th level minstrel on Arkenstone, and I want to thank everybody out there who's coming out to join me on this little ride through Rohan tonight. Always appreciate the company. I just popped the cap on an icy cold Coke Zero that's crisp and delicious and refreshing, and I am ready to start doing some questing. So we'll start by doing some quick task turn-ins. If you're not turning in at least 5 tasks a day, you're just passing up on free experience points and rep. You should do it every day. It's good and good for you, and it opens up pack space, which might be the most important reason why I need to do it every day. Punctured shields. Silky fur and possibly stained skin. They both count. That is terrific. We got 2, 4, 6. I don't know about weathered beaks or unkempt fur. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for the first round. Well, that's interesting. I'm not getting rep here, just experience points. Boo for no rep. On the other hand, if that's the only thing I have to complain about, life's pretty good. So we'll get this finished up. I have been trying to fight through some computer problems for the last week or so. I got hit by the Microsoft update that wrecked your DHCP for connecting to the internet. So I would just randomly drop my internet connection. I think that's what crashed the stream last Friday. It was rather irritating. But they did push out a hot fix for that, and I think I got that Thursday night. So I haven't been having any real problems with internet connectivity since then. Maybe one minor instance or two, but nothing too serious. And then for some reason my computer developed a weird hitch, and it was only in LOTRO, and I was trying to nail it down, and I didn't think it was also related to the Windows update. So I was checking out some different things, and I thought it might be due to a Java update that I just recently installed. So I'd uninstalled Java, reinstalled Java, tested the system with Java deleted, then reinstalled it, did some different things like that, and nothing seemed to clear it up. And I was going through a list of other possibilities, and just earlier tonight decided to uninstall the new Radeon drivers I downloaded for my video card. And lo and behold, it cleared up. So I reinstalled the latest drivers, and now everything's running smooth. So there must have just been a hiccup installing the video drivers last week. But whatever it is, I expect to have a smooth, clear stream tonight. I'm looking forward to that. Hi, Dargon. Windows 10, yeah. Hi, Stage. Good to see you both here tonight. And I talked to a number of other streamers who've had problems with random internet crashes, so fairly common problem, and fortunately Microsoft got around to getting it fixed and getting the fix pushed out rather quickly. So that was a good thing. Looking at the stream right now, looks like everything's running nice and smooth. Hi, Apulu Felgar, how are you? And OBS says everything's running nice and smooth, so we'll keep plodding along here. Those marked fur. Oh, task limit reached. I'm done. Okay. Aid Osen with his concerns. So we must have at least one more quest open for Osen. You think you may be coming down with something, but good otherwise. Yeah, a lot of that going around lately, too. Somebody was joking at my office today that it sounded like a tuberculosis ward. Lots of people coughing, but we just finally got a big cold snap this week, and everybody's got their furnaces cranked up and just a lot of dry air. So hopefully if you just have an itch in the back of your throat, maybe it's just due to the lack of humidity more than it is any type of flu virus, although there seem to be plenty of those going around too. Fields of Uncertainty. What else do we have for Dunlun, Norcrofts, East Wall? I guess that's it. It's all Norcroft's quests right now. That's okay. You may catch me coughing or sneezing. I don't think I've got anything serious, but my sinuses have been fighting me for the last day or two. I took an Allegra D earlier, and that didn't quite put the thing to rest, so I followed it up with a little bit of Flonase, and I think I'll be okay, at least for the next few hours. An end to the lending. Balviel, thank you for the follow. Glad to have you with us tonight. Freeing the steeds.
Could you aid us?
Loaned pitchfork.
Our success depends upon our strength.
Defeat the Orc Brute. Sounds like a good plan. Anybody leave any loaned stuff laying out over here? Might have to go from house to house. Loaned lantern. But yeah, I was pretty happy to get that video hitch fixed right before the stream started. I just figured it out a little over an hour ago. So what was freaking me out about it was I was playtesting some different stuff, and I kept testing LOTRO with different, reboot, no Java, new Java, delete Java, all this kind of stuff, and kept running into the same hitches. And I played the new Doom the other night, silky smooth, no problem at all. So I'm like, well, what the hell? Is it a problem with the LOTRO client? Did something get gummed up? So I wasn't sure, and I updated Dungeons and Dragons online, and when I played that, it had the same hitch to it. So it's like, okay, what kind of bug would only be affecting Turbine games? That was freaking me out a little too, but that kind of helped me figure out that it couldn't have been anything too major. But everything is running good. I can't get any to this house to find all the lone stuff that's screwed up. There's a sheep out in the field. Hi, Zinger. Yeah, I was quite amused to hear Maiden of Rohan complaining about me critiquing her song selections. Odd. Odd. There's the link to one of Zinger's latest pieces of artwork. There we go. Vengeance for the Norcrofts. Oh, vengeance for Elthingals. Or I'm pronouncing that horribly wrong. Maybe both. There's gotta be something else that's loaned around here. We're missing a hammer and a hunting bow. Yeah, I figured they were all outside. I don't know why I'm having such a dickens of a time spotting them. Might have to try the old tap the delete button trick. Up there he is. It's like, wasn't there another orc who wanted to die horribly? So anyway, Maiden of Rohan's upset with me because a few weeks ago in my regular channel I had song requests open, and I was mostly playing classic rock as I want to do, and Maiden picked a Billy Joel song, and unfortunately out of all the Billy Joel songs she could have selected from, she chose Uptown Girl, which isn't the worst piece of crap song ever made, but as far as Billy Joel's best tunes, it's pretty far down the list. So I was merely pointing out that she could expand her musical taste by picking a better song. She took exception to the criticism. So Zinger clipped her, and it's pretty funny. I was amused. And of course, this comes shortly on the heels of Zinger's Dirty Dancing video, which, was a big hit.
Rohirrim will need your aid.
Although I did find one of the loaned items inside a windmill, so maybe that's a loose definition of outside, but not an incorrect one. Because they are on the landscape. There's the hammer. Nobody puts Coke Zero in the corner. There's nothing quite like a long, slow, wet kiss from a bottle of delicious Coke Zero. Yummy. I guess we can check inside the settlement. I would have expected most of the stuff to be out around town. Mailbox. Loaned bow. See, aren't I glad I wandered in here? Well, I got a chance to pop by the Academy field trip this afternoon, and the Academy meets at 5 p.m. Central every Friday on Arkenstone, and they go out and just do group quests with whoever happens to show up and whatever they're in the mood for. I didn't really get a chance to participate because I was still sorting through the PC problems. An end to lending, and I need to board up your window. But everybody was chatting, and it sounded like most of the country was having really crappy weather, except for Hawaii, so we got that going for us. Me meaning the United States. I don't live in Hawaii. That would be nice. Sauron is going to bust out of Mordor with 100,000 orcs, so we need to make sure these windows are boarded up, because that's going to help. But Lenorian here should have pulled about 80,000 experience points just from task turn-ins, so every bit helps. Don't forget to do the small stuff. Was there a farmer I did not aid?
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
So to anybody who might be watching in chat who loves the song Uptown Girl, my apologies to you as well. There are probably worse things than listening to that song. Like listening to Carly Rae Jepsen. Or Madonna. Speak to the merchant guard captain at the trader's outpost. Aid the farmers. I feel like I am missing a quest or two. Freeing steeds. Swift revenge. We ride. Who doesn't love Uptown Girl? Oh, right. Probably me and Billy Joel. In fact, I would venture that Uptown Girl might be one of his least favorite songs of himself. Alright, let's go free the horses. They're over here in this orc camp. Oh, he didn't count as one of the mounted targets I need. I think I knew that, though. This one counts. Let's go whack him. There we go. It's the White Hand War Camp. There's a lot of orcs. I think the horses are up the hill. I don't think I'm supposed to be here yet, but in LOTRO, killing orcs is never the wrong thing to do. So we'll have a quick look around just to refresh my memory. An ornate cache. Well, by happy coincidence, I do happen to be an historian, so not even sure what these give. 2 scraps of Rohirric text. Alright. Ooh, a cave. Like I said, I didn't think I was supposed to be up here yet. That must be for a quest I don't have. If I recall, the horses are in a pen outside camp. Let's go take a look, shall we, stage? Oh, you were right, Stage. There's the horses. Run free, horses, run. You too, Norcroft steed, yah. You have earned the title of Norcroft's cowboy. Not really, I just made that up. I hope the weather's not too bad where you folks are at and you guys are all settled in for a nice relaxing weekend. I don't have to watch the Huskers embarrass themselves until the 30th, and then the Seahawks already won. Turns out all you have to do to beat the Rams if you're Seattle is get Jeff Fisher fired. So thank you to Coach Dan Quinn of the Atlanta Falcons, the former Seattle defensive coordinator.
Brings you to these lands.
It's rather amused they were talking about how, well, you can't lose 42-14 if you can keep the coach. And they lost by the same 28-point margin that the Seahawks lost to Green Bay. Nobody was talking about firing Pete Carroll, though. Which is good, because I don't want Pete Carroll fired. I like him. I was skeptical about the hire at first. I thought Jim Mora Jr. was a great pick for head coach. And they only gave him one season. But, I have to admit, I wasn't sure that Pete Carroll could compete in a league where everybody got to pay their players and not just him. So he has proven me wrong and has turned out to be a wonderful coach. Okay, where is this one named orc I'm looking for? Over here. All right. Cat did not make it. Oh, she's over here.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
We'll finish off the mounted foes deed. I just need 2 more of those. Then we'll head back into the camp. It's a weird little rock formation out here in the middle of nowhere. You don't count. You don't count. Yeah, let's take out the warband. Here's the dude I was gonna fight. There you are. You're the one I've been looking for.
Or Bird. Bird.
What brings you to these lands?
Speak to the Thane. Must be like the Rohan version of Speak to the Hand. Talk to the Thane.
What are you talking about?
It's a Rohan thing.
I see you're doing well on Coke Zero.
So far, so good.
Thank you.
That was drive-by commentary from Mrs. Mustafa. She's not really sure what's going on, but she knows that if I'm enjoying myself, I must be up to something bad.
Rohirrim will need your aid. The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Leader of the Ninkai.
Greetings, friend of the Rohirrim.
Next time she passes by, I'll let her know you said hello, Zinger.
Huh?
Zinger says hello, honey.
It was cold out.
So now I get to go back to that I will stage. I'll let her know that everyone in chat says hello, even if not everyone in chat said hello. Mrs. Mustafa is not warm. So she keeps walking around the house going, "Brr, brr, brr." And I just dropped my horse. What was my mistake? Thinking I could use my war steed skills in the entrance to the camp. I could not. I think I'm gonna flop. I just worked myself into a bad situation there. I suddenly feel much better. And that little gem of a skill is known as Still as Death. It is the friend to minstrels everywhere. Do I have any food? Let's sort the pack. Scroll of Supreme Battle Lore. Scroll of Supreme Warding Lore. I'm obviously going to be in a fight, so I may as well buff up. Anything else particularly handy? Alright, let's go wreck this camp. That's the horse pen. Nothing particularly interesting over here. Chat is really quiet tonight. Generally speaking, if you light a cask of black powder, you should move away from it. It's just a good idea. Another heavy ornate cache. 5 scraps of Rohirric text. Like a whole library. Alright, let's march up the hill. Yep. Can't do that while moving. Two scraps of Rohirric text. You sneaky scout. Look at you just hiding back there. Was half expecting there to be a scout hiding back there, too. I've discovered the location of Dargum, the Ninkai leader. Come down. Use the horn to draw him. Fair enough. Okay. He did not make it.
aid the horse lords. What brings you to these lands? What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Speak to the Thane. Keep your hands above your waist if you're going to be doing that, Singer.
For your help.
What else do we have going on Twitch tonight? I think Bloodborne's giving some stuff away on his stream. Did I see that correctly? That's always exciting. Deflection, avoidance, or defense?
I need your help if you can aid me.
North of the Mead Hall. Tell us a story. Alright, stage. Let me think of something good. Haven't been picking on Mrs. Mustafa too much lately because of the bad wing and all. What is something goofy I've done? That's south of the farm. This is north.
Brings you to these lands.
Now we take out the Uruk riders and skirmishers. He did not make it. Finally. It's a bunch of them bunched up. We'll avoid that. Don't need skirmishers, need riders. Skirmisher, skirmisher. These guys all... Oh, raiders, not riders. No more skirmishers. All right.
Our mission is dire. Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
Hey Gantarin, how's it going? I am doing great. Thank you for asking. Mrs. Mustafa is feeling better. She's getting along quite well, and her biggest complaint lately has been that her shoulder hurts after physical therapy, which means she's working it adequately, so it's all good. Anyway, Stage wanted a story, and I think I've got one in mind. As you might have known, I occasionally like to pull the prank or practical joke. And, ooh, now I'm timed. I can do this. One of the managers at work, our facilities manager, occasionally gets on our nerves. My team's responsible for installing and configuring client equipment, and sometimes this has to be done very quickly. Sometimes customers will ship file servers in literally overnight on what we call a forklift move, where it's like, okay, we shut this off at 6 o'clock on Friday after the tape backup was done, and we need it back up and running in time for Monday morning. So we have to get this stuff off the truck, installed, cabled up, tested, and ready to go in a big hurry. Well, the facility manager's job is to keep the facility looking nice. So he's always bugging us with stupid stuff like, yeah, you really need to put masonite down on the floor so you don't scratch the wax job while you're, moving 10 tons of equipment around the data center, that kind of thing. So just every once in a while, when I get in the mood, I'll go figure out something annoying and or nasty to do to him. One of my better pranks was kind of dumb. It started out as just a really small idea to annoy him, and because of how things unfolded, it worked out very well. I thought it would be fun to bring a little bottle of honey sauce into work with me and an old toothbrush. And I went to his office door, and I took the toothbrush and put just a little dab of honey on it. And like, if this is the handle, I got behind it and I just coated the back side of the door handle. It's where you couldn't see it, and I put a little bit of honey on there. So when he first got to work, first thing in the morning, he ended up putting his hand on a nice sticky door handle, which, as you can imagine, would be pretty dang annoying. So later in the morning, I went back to go recoat his door, and he was sitting in his office, door open, and just kind of keeping an eye out for anybody who might be lurking around. And there we go. Oh, I need more skirmishers. Okay. Ain't running out of skirmishers anytime soon. So, because he was watching his door fairly closely and not leaving his office, I thought, well, he'll be leaving for lunch soon. I'm going to go out and get the door handle of his truck. So he's got a Ford F-150, he parks it in the back lot, and of course there's cameras all over the parking lot, so I know he's eventually going to know it was me who was doing it. It was just good, clean, harmless fun, no real big deal. So I take the toothbrush and I get a nice light coating of honey sauce on the inside of his truck door handle. And lo and behold, he decides to stay in and he doesn't go out for lunch. So after I get back from lunch, I see that he has left his office and had to go somewhere else in the building.
Mission is dire.
Talk to the Thane. Seems to be the theme tonight. So I go do the outside office door handle, and I go do the inside office door handle. So if he pulls it from either handle, he's going to end up with another handful of nice sticky honey sauce. So I go ahead and brush up his door, and don't think too much of it. And I kind of go on with the rest of my day. But basically the way it timed out for him, very first thing, he gets to work, he walks in at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, goes to open his office, boom, handful of honey. Very annoying. Sits in his sits in his office, doesn't leave for lunch. He's kind of fuming about it, not real sure who did it, but no big deal. He's got other fish to fry. So later that afternoon, he comes back to his office, closes his office door. If he shuts it from behind, boom, handful of honey. If he opens it from outside his office, boom, handful of honey. So finally, the workday gets over with, and he goes walking out to his truck, and he's like, what a crappy day. I can't believe somebody was jacking with me all day. I can't wait to go home. Yep. Boom, handful of honey. As soon as he touches the truck handle, I get him again. So I've gotten this guy like 4 or 5 times. He has no idea what direction any of this is coming from. So the next day, I come walking into the office, and our security guard is like, You need to go talk to the facilities manager like right away. And I started busting out laughing. I'm like, how many hours of video did he watch before he figured out it was me screwing with him? Like 2 days worth. She was very concerned, probably not just for my life, for my job, but for my life. She thought this guy was literally going to kill me or something. So we had a really amusing conversation about it. But that was a lot of fun. And just because he didn't leave for lunch, I managed to kind of get him over and over and over repeatedly all day. It's the little things in life. You've got to take the time to really appreciate the joy. And I won't recall the entire conversation, but the guy feels kind of picked on by other people as well, so he wasn't sure if I was just screwing with him for the sheer joy of screwing with him, or if I really had some kind of grudge. And I was like, nah, I just like screwing with you. Okay then, as long as we don't have a personal problem. No, we don't have a personal problem. I just like jacking with your pea brain. So he accepted that quite happily as a valid answer. Might, cloak, vitality, and will. Oh, that's definitely a winner. Oh, that's for the next quest. We ride to meet our destiny. Alright, let's go ride to meet our destiny then. I am playing on Arkenstone tonight. This is Lenorian, my 79th level minstrel. So that's a short story stage, but it's a good story. I really enjoy screwing with this guy. What's even funnier about it is the reason I decided I wanted to honey all of his door handles was we'd kind of gotten into it a few weeks earlier. We have these big 55-gallon trash cans out on the raised floor, and when we're installing equipment, if we have packing materials to throw away, or we've got any leftover snips from like cable ties or things like that, when we get done with the cable installation, we walk over, we throw them in the trash can. And he decided that in order to meet some kind of imaginary fire code that he made up in his own head, that we needed to put these snap-on lids on the trash can and keep them sealed up. And it's like, if we have our hands full of crap, how are we supposed to pop those off to put the trash in them? Well, it's fire code. You have to do that. And it's like, really? Because we've been here 30 years and never had lids on the trash cans. And now all of a sudden it's a problem because, like, you're bored today. He's one of these kind of guys. So I was a little bit frustrated with him, and I just took the lids off of all the trash cans, and I left them within about 6 feet of each of the trash cans they came off of, but I put them way up high on the top of equipment cabinets, so you'd have to be kind of really looking around for them. But if anybody asked, it would just look like, oh, somebody must have taken the lid off and forgotten to put it back on, and they just set it up there. But I'd taken his trash can lids and hidden them, and they were missing for a couple of weeks, and he didn't notice or say anything. And to have him not notice that I was screwing with him, that really set me off. So that was when I came up with the plan for honeying his door handles. I had a feeling that even he would probably notice that, and I was correct. So then what was funnier about it was after I honeyed his door handles, that was when he finally noticed his trash can lids were missing and threw a fit about that too. So it was very amusing. So if you have somebody at work like that, I would highly encourage you to just lash out at them and do nasty things. It's very therapeutic. Makes you feel a lot better about your workday in general. So, alright, me and Thane Elfmar are going to go kick some orc ass. Hey, Gamer Grant. We're just killing orcs and telling stories. How are you doing tonight? And my apologies, let's take a peek. Collector 12, thank you very much for the follow. Glad to have you with us tonight. If you don't learn anything about LOTRO watching the stream tonight, hopefully you'll at least pick up a tip or two on how to screw with coworkers. Alright, Elfmar, find me another target. Let's go kill some orcs. Yeah, TJIF, no doubt about it. How could they turn such a great saying into such a bad restaurant? Really makes you wonder. It's like, I know I had a war steed on here somewhere. There we go. Let's get right back on that horse. We ride. Find us some more orcs. I'm getting bored.
Thank you for your help.
Aid Nothwolf to the southwest. That is south and west. So where is Nothwolf? Just in case anybody who happens to have my Discord channel available to them, I do have Discord open. Feel free to pop in if you'd rather talk than type. Definitely not this way. Oh, here we go.
You done did it now. You asked for
I called down the thunder.
it. Yeah, you did. Zot zot.
Find
That's all right. Worst thing that happens is I just have to shut off Discord.
Yep, I'm such a disruptive influence. Terrible, terrible, horrible. Yeah, did you see what Zinger was talking about in the chat there?
It was pretty funny when three of y'all were ending streams at the same time.
Yeah. I was streaming, Evil was streaming, and Maiden was streaming. And we all three decided to end our streams and raid each other's streams all at the same time.
Perfect.
Right. So, kind of turned into this whole thing about we're not really doing much of anything. We're trying to figure out what to do. So we ended up raiding some guy with one viewer.
Perfect. Yeah, if I had a nickel for every time I hosted somebody 10 seconds before they signed off, I'd buy us all pizza.
Yeah.
Happens all the time. Or I've had nights where it's like, oh, I'm so freaking tired, I can't wait to sign off and go to bed. And like 3 minutes before I'm ready to shut the stream down, Bloodborne has rated you with 73 viewers. It's like, oh, crap.
Damn it.
It's like, grateful for the host, wish it had come earlier in the evening, yeah.
Yep. Damn it. A little late. Thanks, bud.
Actually, just a few weeks ago, Stina rated me with over 200 viewers, and I got one follow.
Dang. Oh, wow.
Everybody was like, he's not blonde and Norwegian, why do we care?
Right. Well, I'm not blonde, but I am at least like something like 10% Norwegian.
There you go.
There's that.
Hope we will find aid in time.
I'm just going to take a wild guess that Osen here is going to want me to go kill some orcs.
Hey,
Hi, Zinger.
What's up, Z-Man?
So was this just some random stream of maidens where she was complaining about me picking on her Billy Joel selections?
I don't remember what happened actually.
I was just curious.
Oh, because she opened up music requests and someone, it might have been me actually, put in that song.
That's just funny. That was like a couple, 3 weeks ago. I didn't think she'd still be festering about it. But I mean, really, if it's, you know...
Maiden has the mind of a steel elephant.
You may be right. Or pressure, or... I mean, of all the great Billy Joel songs, she picks Uptown Girl. It's like, why? Captain Jack, Piano Man.
Collector 12 said, you're definitely not blonde or Norwegian.
Exactly.
I did actually dye my blonde hair once. Or dye my hair blonde once. Man, let's see, words. Friday night, can't speak. But yeah, I did dye my hair blonde once. Actually, I bleached it blonde.
My wife's been after...
My wife said, you looked funny.
I'm the one who did it.
Yeah, and she's the one that did it.
Oh, Mrs. Mustafa's been after me to color my beard so it's not so white.
I was gonna say, if you stood on your head, you kind of have blonde hair.
Yeah.
Platinum blonde.
Well, I really could be doing more as a streamer. I'm a natural C cup, but I don't do enough shaving to be able to show it off.
Ew.
Exactly. Well done, Speak to Langforth outside the mead hall. Really? We don't want to whack these two? I thought I was right on the cusp of Orc Slayer Advanced.
Dark metal place to go. Sexy greasy Adam time.
All up, what's going on, man?
What's up? All up.
I apologize for that mental image there, Collector 12.
My wife says hi, all up.
What brings you to these lands?
She likes you because you fed me that one time. Sorry about that. Tried to mute the mic before I did the coughing thing.
That's okay.
Happens.
We were talking earlier about how with the big cold front, everybody has their furnaces fired up, so we're all sucking in dry air. We didn't get much snow today, we just got an ice storm, so we're pretty excited about that.
Well, tomorrow should be the first day in a while that we don't have. Well, actually, no, I take that back. Sunday should be the first day in a while that we have weather that finally doesn't dip below freezing. Maybe. We're hoping.
Oh, that's going to be a problem.
Been on the road 3 times today. That was all very well, twice.
Why on earth is he all the way down here? So what's the verdict there, all up? You voting for Romo or are you voting for your regular quarterback? Think it's time to make a switch again, or do you want to stick with Dak? I think I accidentally did the stance dance. And somehow I managed to switch targets. Oh, they reset. Okay, that does not make me happy.
Crackers?
No, I'm fine for now.
Berries?
Not yet. Another one of these would be good.
Now?
Sure. Mrs. Mustafa was kind enough to come and check on me. She doesn't like to leave me unsupervised for very long. I don't blame her. There he is. I was wondering where you've been.
My wife obviously doesn't know you very. She was asking what you were drinking.
I'm not sure. It's some kind of crisp, delicious cola beverage. It's very refreshing, but I can't remember the name. Again with the knocking me off the horse. Okay, now I can go speak to the theme. Now I can go speak to the thing. Use your words, Ed. Here we go. Anyway, just in case you were curious, the beverage of choice this evening is crisp, delicious, and refreshing Coke Zero. A fine product of the Coca-Cola Company from Atlanta, Georgia. Not a sponsor of the stream yet, but hopefully soon. 0 calories, life-giving caffeine. Let's do some shout-outs. If you are not already following Gamer Gramp, you can do so. At his stream. And All Up In You not only streams LOTRO, he is a fellow LOTRO stream team member. So both of those guys are loads of fun to watch. I am a longtime follower of both. Would recommend that you follow them too if you're not doing so already.
I need your help. Hope you can aid me.
Off to the Entwash Vale. To Aoworth.
Hey, Death.
Deathman? Howdy.
The death man cometh.
We gained a little reputation. Allied to the men of the Norcrofts. That was worth 15 turbine points.
He woketh up, he fell asleep. Oh, that's what you do on Saturdays, right? If you work a Monday through Friday job, you waketh up on Saturday, you falleth back asleep.
Yeah, I usually get just enough rest and relaxation over the weekend so I can crawl into work on Monday and start over again.
Yep. Now, the guys at the shop that I work at this next week are going to be pulling 12-hour shifts. So that's exciting.
Ooh, that's a long ride. That's okay.
Are you charging things for movement?
No problem, All Up. Always happy to plug my buddies. That came out wrong. Always happy to promote my fellow streamers.
Our mission is dire.
The Entwash Vale. Go talk to the Reeve. We do have Discord open all up if you'd rather talk than type. Entirely up to you.
That one's
Well,
her
I
bike,
have my mic muted because I'm sure you shout "Fungus dog, ho!" every time I attack one of these dogs in Moray. Because that's what I do.
The Globs Naga.
Comes you to these lands.
but that's
Rohirrim
No,
Reeve
these
was-
what are they called? The deep claw hunters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I call them fungus dogs. It's just kind of a me thing.
That is indeed a you thing.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us? Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid
Still,
us?
that would be something if it actually caught on. I'll never say it.
Fungus dog.
but- Yeah.
Uh,
What business have you with the Rotary? Will you aid the Rotary? Your aid is welcome, friend.
He looks reassured.
uh-oh. Maiden of Rohan has just logged in.
Oh, man.
We're doomed. Hi, Maiden. We love you.
I know not why my
We're doomed.
friends Sperlin and Brimstone are fight, but someone must stop them. I'm afraid they're going to injure more than their friendship. I am not supposed to speak with strangers. I am tired of the curfew. I do not believe you will find welcome here. I am not afraid of you. Welcome, my friend.
Yeah, Deathman.
I'm
Oh
afraid
no, let's all
you're out
run.
at night.
After all, she does kill everybody in her fellowship.
Welcome, stranger from
Of
afar.
course, we're being mean to Maiden. That's what we do.
I am not supposed to speak with
I'm never
strangers.
mean to Maiden.
You're so sweet and refreshing, like Coke Zero.
Brings
Exactly.
friends.
It's crisp and refreshing.
Well, yeah, but I don't think Ed is very crisp.
I'm not feeling crisp tonight, I know that.
I am not afraid of you. Might you help me?
It's a Maiden thing. Speaking of Maiden things, Man Thing! Had to.
Will you aid the horse lords?
If I say it loud enough, we might get Gussie in the channel.
I heard Gussie Moose will appear anywhere as long as you stare into a bathroom mirror and say Grey Company Rangers 3 times.
Probably true.
Nobody in here needs reassurance. Oh, Bedouin does.
Welcome. Stay a moment and speak with me.
Door's locked. Guard needs ale.
Welcome, my friend.
It's just in the infirmary. Okay, everybody down here looks okay. We'll head back up. We'll ride my mighty war goat.
Your aid is welcome, friend.
Our mission is dire.
Time is short. So is hope.
It's a pile of debris.
I do not believe you will find welcome here.
I'd heard so many bad things about Batman vs. Superman that when I finally saw it, I didn't think it was as horrible as everyone said.
Business have you with the Rohirrim?
It wasn't a great movie, but it was okay. It was an excuse to eat popcorn.
Greetings, friend of the Rohirrim.
Firefly is awesome. I have the DVD set. And I guess as long as Maiden is here.
I also have the DVD set for Firefly.
Yeah, I watched it
It's
first
such an
run
amazing
when
show.
Fox first aired it. I thought it was terrific, so naturally
Yeah,
they
it's
had to kill it.
fantastic. Of course. It's one of like the best things since sliced bread.
Well, good science fiction is hard to do on network television just because of the recurring costs of special effects week after week. That's what made Star Trek so great, was they had like one shot of the Enterprise flying through space, and they used it 14 times per episode for 2.5 years.
Right.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
we're brohans.
And don't go getting Deathman all wound up by implying that he's Aussie.
No, he's not an Aussie. He's a Kiwi. You gotta get your colloquialism. Him's Kiwi. So are all those fine folks at Grinding Gear Games who made Path of Exile. They're all Kiwis too.
Well, this is a Coke Zero sponsored stream, man.
Kiwi flavored Coke Zero, right?
I don't have a sponsorship deal yet. Somebody from Atlanta doesn't send me a big fat check and a bunch of swag. I might have to start drinking Pepsi.
Good night, Stage.
Stage, you heading out, bud? Have a good one.
Exit. Stage right. Quickly even.
I like that I'm spilling a lot of blood over a toy sword. I feel pretty good about that.
Okay, so your guy friends are bro friends. Do not whatever you do. Yeah, Deathman, they're in Wellington. Why I even know that, I don't know, but yes. It's not like I've ever been to New Zealand. Hell, I've never even been south of the equator. Oh, I was saying, whatever you do, don't call them low. Maiden nets.
I normally don't spend a lot of time bashing mounted combat, but it does make it pretty tough to keep up with chat when you're riding around on horseback.
Why am I cutting out? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Did that come through okay?
Mm-hmm. I hadn't noticed you cutting out.
Now, this probably has something to do with the gain. I'm sitting rather farther away from the microphone than I probably should.
Now, if Ed had a name for his followers, do you think Cokeheads would work? I mean, I would say idiots, but not everyone would probably like that.
Bays.
Finally capped up my 500 task on my Brandyburg.
Nice. A small fragment of the toy sword. supposed to be down here looking for drakes.
If you're looking for drakes, just wait until you get to that cave with them.
Yeah, fork trapper, Sutcrofts.
I just noticed you still need the drake that stole the sword.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, he should pop down in one of the middle of the rock piles, I think.
Alright, this looks like a perfect opportunity for a fishing break. Remember, if you don't fish in Middle Earth, then Sauron has already won.
Maiden had a rant? Is there a recording?
Bless you.
Did somebody clip it?
That was your first rant ever, Maiden? And I was the subject of it? That's awesome. Nice. Gotta like getting 2 points of fishing skill in 2 casts.
That's right. That's why I don't watch this stream very often. It's all.
Yeah, keep up the funny talk and I'll start farming too.
Oh, that's far more exciting.
You think the fishing's boring? Just wait till I start planting crops of winter rye. Then even I'll be asleep. We'll be like, "How's that stream going?" He's
That's
out
him
cold.
sawing logs. He's crafting.
Yeah.
He's a woodworker.
Or you can watch him justify why he needs each item in his inventory.
Remember, kids, fishing is an adventure unto itself. Live the dream.
Battlefield 1 has brought out the salt.
Weeds and a minnow. I am rolling.
Rolling in the weeds. Well, you're not going to let the fish go into your overflow?
Only the trophies.
Nah.
Besides, I figure if I remove them from inventory while I'm standing next to the water, technically it's catch and release. The game might
you're role playing.
exactly. The game might say they're being destroyed, but I know better. So Lenorian here is a journeyman angler, working her way up to expert. And ever since I made the comment about how good the fishing point skills were coming along, I have gotten the cold shoulder from the server, so it's my own fault. Hansi!
Hey, Hanzu.
Consistency is always a good thing, Hansi.
Number one mall Santa streamer on Twitch.
It's kind of cool if you're fishing with a minstrel in dissonant stance. The fish glow when you pull them out of the water. The glow from your hands gets transferred to the fish for no apparent reason.
Radioactive fish. What are they doing in Rohan?
I don't know. I think the Springfield nuclear plant's upstream or something.
It's all that orc filth.
Exactly. I was trying to figure out where my legendary weapon was. I forgot I'm not using one. Alright, I finally got my 3rd point of fishing skill, so we'll move on and I'll go back to killing poor innocent cows that weren't hurting a fly.
You're not using an ally?
Hmm?
You're not using an ally?
No. All my allies were crap, and I pulled a club that had, like, way better damage than any of the allies. I'll eventually equip one if I ever get anything that's worth equipping.
Well, I would imagine any ally would be better because it has the tactical damage on it as opposed to the physical damage on, like, a club.
True enough.
Whatever works.
There's a bull.
Apparently Maiden wants to see your naughty list.
It's mostly just Mrs. Mustafa on the naughty list. Hey, there's that drake. I drew every cow in the Vale. There we go. No toy sword? Man. It was like the hardest quest ever. I gotta go find another couple of bulls. Cleavebeard, I think Collectors 12's heard of my Star Trek and Star Wars rants against J.J. Abrams. He's basically turned two of the finest science fiction franchises in modern history into car chases in space. The only good thing you can say about the new Star Trek movies is that they make money.
Well, then they're pretty.
I suppose.
And lens flare, crazy.
Well, that is kind of an Abrams thing, isn't it? Lens flare.
Michael Bay has explosions, Abrams has lens flares.
Yep, exactly. And Joss Whedon has excellent dialogue.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a bull. Of course, the dumb part of my minstrel carrying a non-LI weapon zinger that just occurred to me, she is an Honorian master weaponsmith. Although she's gilded to the Scholars Guild rather than the Weaponsmiths Guild, so I don't know if she's got any LI recipes.
Well, if you need something, let me know. I think I have a full range of gilded over there.
My burglar here on Arkenstone is also a master Honorian weaponsmith, so shouldn't have any trouble crafting something. There we go. Alright, I need one more bull. Did we get another bull respawned over here? Cow, cow, cow. Calf, calf, calf.
Yeah, I'd probably say because you're 79, just if you come across a third age of any kind, just use it until you hit 85 at least.
Hey, I got the sword back. That is fantastic.
Hansi, he's on Arkenstone, I believe.
Yeah, believe me, the only reason this character is not outfitted better is pure laziness on my part. I can't say I've got unlimited resources on Arkenstone, but this is where my two level capped characters are, where I play the most. And actually, Lenorian is my third highest level character. Although possibly tied with Little Ed Mustafa over on Brandywine now. I think they're both 79th. Or Little Ed Mustafa's about a half a level back. One of the
Yeah,
two.
he's 78.
Okay. They're pretty close, though. I need one more Arak bowl.
Take care, Collector.
Collector, have a good night. Thanks for coming out. There we go.
Looks like traveling stuff and the writing skills, including the account-wide ones, are on sale this week. Back to town we go. Hey, Gamer Grandpa's just started watching. That's awesome.
Huh. That's curious.
Yeah, that pops up every once in a while. I think last week when I started streaming, I was on for about 5 or 6 minutes, and it came up to notify me that LOTRO Stream had just started watching LOTRO Stream.
Hmm.
I guess that could have been code for Cordovan checked in to make sure I wasn't doing any more Star Wars rants. It's tough to say, though.
He's from Maiden Grove.
What brings you to these lands? There is so much danger. I am afraid. What brings you to these lands?
Oh no. Why do I still have the toy sword in my inventory?
Will you aid the Horse Lords? Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us? Our mission is dire.
Might be an item that you have to click on to start quest. I don't know.
Yes, Maiden, you did hear your name.
Aid the Rohirrim.
How come Maiden and All-Up won't jump into Discord to chat with us?
Rohirrim have need.
They don't like the smell of fish.
I suppose.
There you go.
I think Olive said he's on his iPad.
Oh, okay.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
Oh, that's nice.
And Maiden's on her phone.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
Those are good reasons. Mrs. Mustafa got a new phone for Christmas.
Man thing! I just got Maiden's Christmas card.
Ah.
And she signed it at the very end. Man thing.
Nice.
So thank you for the card, Maiden.
Oh, I was going to tell Hunzi I just got his Christmas card. Thank you for that very much. It's not often we get Yuletide witches from halfway across the globe. Very nice. And Maiden sent a lovely card. Thank you for that. Quartermaster's Workbench.
Hoping there's a letter or something.
Yes. Names. Ages.
What brings you to these lands?
Deliver battle horns. Alright, I'll up, get some rest. Hopefully you feel better tomorrow. Everybody's...
And yeah.
Yep, everybody say goodnight to All Up.
Good night to all up.
Our mission is dire.
Oh, there he is. Very sneaky.
Greetings, friend of the Rohirrim.
It's a sneaky hobbit says.
Our mission is dire.
What are you doing?
dire.
I wonder if there's anybody here whose mission is not dire. There seems to be a lot of that going around. Excuse me, is your mission dire? I suspect it may be. Gondor needs your aid.
How may the Rohirrim be of service to you?
Fix my stuff and buy some crap. That's what I need you to do for me right now, lady. Bit of odd trivia for you. If any of you guys know Andrew Zimmern from the Travel Channel, he's on that Bizarre Food show. He'll eat almost anything. And there's like 2 or 3 foods in the whole world that he can't stomach. And oddly enough, one of them is walnuts. For some reason, he just can't deal with walnuts. It's very strange.
That's odd and very random.
Yeah, and I mean, he's eaten just about every kind of penis you can cook. He was in Somalia drinking fresh blood right from the cattle, and didn't bother him a bit, but boy, walnuts just creep him out. There's a really, really good candy that I just discovered like 6 months ago. There's this vintage candy and snack store by my office called Smedges, and they've got stuff that you just don't see like on regular store shelves anymore. They've got like O. Henry bars and Clark bars and Neckos and you know, just candies from years gone by. And he brings in like special order stuff, like he had cotton candy flavored Mike and Ike's and root beer barreled flavored Mike and Ike's and stuff that they do limited runs of. But the Diamond Nut Company, the folks who are behind the Smokehouse almonds and stuff, they make a walnut flavored caramel called Walnettos. And I just saw them sitting on the shelf and decided to try them, and they're just terrific. They're not cloyingly sweet, and they're more of a brown sugar type caramel. They've got kind of a molasses flavor to them with nice big pieces of real walnut in them. They're $0.25 a pop, but they're really good. So sometimes on the way back from lunch, we'll stop in there and I'll buy $2 or $3 worth of Walnettos. But the owner told me, and I don't remember this. I don't even know if I remember watching Laugh-In as a very small boy. But Ruth Buzzy and Artie Johnson, they played these two, I don't even know how to describe them, just weird older people. And like they'd end up on a park bench next to each other, and somebody would offer the other one a Walnetto. I guess that's what made the candy famous. If you can imagine how far back that goes. But I laughed when he told me that because I'd never heard of the candy before. I was just like, these look interesting, I'll try these, and they turned out to be terrific. Only he'd had the jar in his shop for a very long time, so I had to eat a few bucks worth of stale Walnettos before he reloaded. The fresh ones are much better, I'm happy to report. One of the other guys loaded up on Bit of Honey. It turns out they have a chocolate version of Bit of Honey, so he bought some of both. But I suspect if Andrew Zimmern ever got his hands on a Walnetto, it might change the whole opinion around for him. Or not. I don't know.
Or not.
Yeah. We were out to dinner with, well, actually my wife couldn't make it. She was shooting basketball pictures. So our friend Duressa, who's in the 40 Thieves, and her husband, who's one of my flying buddies, I met those guys for dinner. As a matter of fact, it was Duressa's birthday last week. A happy birthday to Duressa. I wished her happy birthday last week, but she's probably not watching anyway, so that's okay. But if she pops up, tell her happy birthday. But I mostly spent dinner talking about how cruel and unfair Mrs. Mustafa is to me, and how basically anything that I enjoy, she despises because it brings me happiness. So, like, we were talking about some of my favorite restaurants that I really like, and how she can't stand them because I like them. There's a little Italian place here in town called Malara's, and it's near downtown. It's in an old house, and it's been around for decades. But they make their own spaghetti right there in the restaurant. They have fresh spaghetti, yeah. And I ordered pasta vergiule the last time we were there. It's a bacon-encrusted meatball that's slow-cooked. And, you just get one big vergiule meatball on top of the spaghetti with the marinara sauce. And it's just, the meatball is incredibly rich because of all the bacon on the outside of it. So you just pick off this little nibble of the meatball and you twist it in with some of the spaghetti and you eat it bite by bite that way, and it's so good. And I was just sitting there thinking, oh, I can't believe how good this is. I can't wait to come back and have this again. And as I'm sitting there thinking that, my wife goes, I don't like this place. I'm just like, really? She does that all the time. And it's funny because it's not about food all the time either. She just loves TV, has to have the TV going all the time, even just as background noise, and I kind of default to music instead of television. I would prefer to just have the stereo going. But I thought there might be somebody up here who needed a blanket or something. He must be down below outside. But I was sitting at home with the stereo on, and she was out shopping or doing something. I wasn't expecting her home for a while, and I hadn't listened to Electric Warrior by T-Rex for a while. I was just hanging out in the living room, probably going through mail, and listening to the whole album. And I'm about 5 or 6 songs into it, and I'm just thinking to myself, man, I'd forgotten how good this album is. This really rocks. I'm so glad I played the whole thing. And she comes bopping through the door, and she's like, what are you listening to? This is awful. I'm just like, oh. If she senses any kind of joy on my face, she just does whatever she can to squash it immediately.
That's funny and terrifying all at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Well met, my friend.
Now I feel bad. Stage was wanting me to tell stories, and this is much better than me antagonizing my coworkers. Although, to my credit, I generally only pick on people who can fire me, so I think that's fair. Kind of helps keeps me in check. I always have to make sure I know right where the line is.
All up. Say goodnight to Maiden, even though she probably left 5 minutes ago.
Probably. Good night, Maiden. Did you just call me all up? Because all up already went to bed. Everybody calls me all up. There's somebody in the LOTRO community, and I don't want to name names because I might be imagining it, but I think somebody is mad at me about something, and this person should have no reason to be upset with me about. I mean, literally, I've never even had a bad thought about this person, but all of a sudden they quit talking to me, and I just, in the back of my head, I'm going, all up said something, somebody else heard it and told them that, yeah, Big Ed Mustafa said this, and I'm just like, I don't even know why I'm in trouble. Which also describes my marriage perfectly. I never know why I'm in trouble with the missus.
It's because
either.
you're secret twins.
That could be.
Yeah.
There you go. She was waiting for you.
Brings you to these lands.
Oh, okay.
She needed your sweet dulcet tones.
Before she could drift off to sleep.
Well, have a lovely
sweet slumber
weekend, and hopefully a lot of us will be snowed in, so we'll all be able to hang out on Twitch.
No, I was snowed in on Thursday. I've already had my snowed in episode.
All right. Well, we might be more iced in than snowed in. But I'm trying to think of some more examples of things that bring me joy that my wife can't stand.
Coke Zero.
That's true. She frequently says that she can't stand Coke Zero and that it's gross, but that doesn't stop her from drinking my Coke Zero. It's just like, you said it was gross, quit drinking that.
What brings you to these
Sweet
lands?
just burgled a universal solvent.
Nice. Very nice. But I paid $175 to get a ticket to the Rolling Stones for her, and when we were at the concert, she kept going, "Is this over yet? Can we go?" I think I did threaten her life that night.
I shouldn't laugh. That's not funny. Yet I'm doing it anyway. I'm a terrible person.
You are terrible. Shame on you.
Well met, my friend.
She's mostly just apathetic about Seahawks football, so it's not like she's decided to become a Denver Broncos fan or anything.
Well, thank goodness for small favors.
Exactly.
Did you see the uniforms they were playing in last night?
Oh, I watched the whole game from start to finish. Yeah, what were they calling them? Action Green or something?
I don't know. But I was watching Gussie's stream and she said something about the Seahawks. I'm like, oh, have you seen the uniforms that they're wearing? She's like, oh, you mean those bright green ones? Yeah, I can see them from a mile away. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, the good news is they weren't having to hide from snipers, so that was a good thing.
Yes.
But
I imagine it did make it very difficult to hide from the defensive ends.
well, they ended up... Yeah, I was laughing about it earlier. I think I mentioned the game at the beginning of the stream, and they finally figured out a way to beat the Rams. That was get Jeff Fisher fired.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
Our mission is
That'll work.
dire.
That was kind of amazing to me, too. It's like, really? Do you know how many other coaches have beat the Seahawks 3 times in a row in the Pete Carroll era? Because the answer is nobody. I always thought he was one of the best coaches in the league. I know he hasn't exactly lit it up with the Rams, but he's been there 7 years, and 4 or 5 of those seasons, another team from his division has been in the Super Bowl. So it's like, you know, he had some rebuilding to do. I don't think the coach was really your biggest problem, but whatever. He'll land
speaks
another
to
job.
a problem in the upper echelons.
Yeah, there's a lot of front offices that can't get the job done, and general managers
course.
get a lot of good coaches fired.
Oh yeah. It's like that's their job. A bad general manager's job is to get the good coaches fired.
Sort of like Jack Del Rio and Jacksonville. The Jaguars were actually competitive when he was there. Of course, I can't badmouth them too much. They've got the ex-Seattle defensive coordinator as their head coach. You'd think they'd be able to put it together, but so far, no luck.
Yeah, Pete Carroll has a pretty fine lineage of coaches underneath, in his background, I should say.
Well, but I mean, from a front office standpoint, I was really skeptical about John Schneider, too. I made the joke that I wasn't sure Pete Carroll could compete in a league where everybody got to pay their players and not just him, but he's turned out to be a very good coach. But John Schneider, when I heard, oh yeah, we're bringing the guy over from the Seattle Sounders MLS team to be the GM, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be a disaster. But boy, they got a knack for finding inexpensive talent. I mean, just really an amazing job, both coaching and from a football operations standpoint.
Yeah, there aren't many coaches that can make the transition from college to the NFL.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Well, they've been talking about Harbaugh maybe coming back to the league and coaching the Rams. And I was laughing. Can you imagine what it would be like for the Niners if Harbaugh comes back and coaches the Rams? Coach, we're up 73-3. I know. Throw the ball again. He just keep pouring it on.
Yeah, no mercy on that guy.
But that's another example of a god-awful front office.
Yeah.
I usually point to the Steelers as one of the better front offices in all of professional sports. You know that the Rooneys own the team, and you know who the coaches and the star players are, but every year they go out and they sign who they need to sign, they let go who they need to let go, they fill in where they need new talent, and they're competitive every season, and you have no idea who the people are that are doing all of that work. They let the coaches and the players get the credit for playing the game, and they just do their jobs in the background, and it's a really good team all the time. And that's not very common.
Sounds a little bit like the St. Louis Cardinals in baseball.
Yeah, you could say that about the Cardinals.
Yeah, just an absolute bang-up organization. They just get the job done. They do it quietly, and they tend to bring on a lot of people that you've never heard of before, and all of a sudden you have these people that have been playing in the league for 2 years. They become all-stars, and you're like, where do these guys come from? And it's like, oh, they came from their farm systems. Like, really? Wow. So yeah, they have a great office. So now that LOTRO sports talk is over.
Oh, you think tonight's bad? Wait till the Seahawks get into the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
I'll be like, yeah, Mordor's going to be real cool. Anyway. So I actually was going to mention, I was going to ask if you saw the hit Richard Sherman put on Goff last night.
No, my wife keeps telling me about that.
Yeah, it was pretty spectacular. Goff was kind of trotting up the sideline thinking, oh, I might be able to sneak this into the end zone. and Sherman was on the opposite side of the field and had come running over at a full sprint from about 40 yards away. And Goff was trying to decide whether he wanted to step out or keep going, and Sherman decided for him, put him right into concussion protocol. I mean, he blew him up. Perfectly clean hit, got his helmet out in front, hit him below the pads. It looked like maybe the back of Sherman's helmet might have contacted his helmet, but he just laid him out in a good clean hit. So he might still think he's Batman. Do you remember the old Snickers commercial? Do you know where you're at? We're at the field. What day is it? It's game day, coach. And what's your name? I am Batman. Not going anywhere for a while? Eat a Snickers. But yeah, Goff was Batman for a while yesterday. I have no doubt about it.
Can I give you some berries now?
Sure. I was trying to think of other examples of things that I love that you hate because they bring me joy. I had mentioned Malaras and T-Rex, Electric Warrior, and how you complained the whole time I took you to the Stones concert.
Taste of Thailand because you enjoy it.
Oh yeah, we went to a great Thai restaurant last night,
gross.
and then the wife. Actually, this is an example. She will protest every time I want Thai food, and you can lean in and wave hi if you'd like. I'll permit it since we're talking about you.
It's gross.
There you go. Yeah, so she'll protest every time we go out for Thai food. She'll be like, Thai food's gross. I don't want Thai food. And then she'll proceed to polish off her plate and eat half of mine.
No.
Yes, you do it all the time.
Gross.
So if I bring Thai leftovers home from lunch or something, I have to bury them outside.
Gross.
She will find them and devour them. It's what she does.
I'm going to bring you some berries.
All right.
You want tea with them, or you want to drink your Coke Zero?
I just popped open another Coke Zero. I should be good for a while.
Yeah, but not with berries.
So I know that she secretly likes Thai food, but she knows that I like Thai food. So she has to hate Thai food.
Therefore, it's gross.
Well, but what's weird about it is like we both like Vietnamese food, and she's always game for Vietnamese food. And I don't know why she's not that way with Thai food. Although I'm that way with Korean food to her, but that's for different reasons.
Well, what you don't know is she actually does a Thai food social eating stream on Twitch.
That would not surprise me.
She complains about it the entire time.
Yep.
Yeah, she has like 5,000 followers. She's partnered.
Well, I have to kick up a fuss whenever she wants Korean food, otherwise I'd be eating it 5 or 6 nights a week. So, it's actually pretty good, but don't tell her I said that.
You said something, what? Sorry?
Exactly. Alright, gold rings have quit popping up again, so I probably need to actually pay attention to the text for the quest dialogues.
What?
Quest dialogues, running quests, honey. Nobody was talking about Korean food.
What? You want me to feed you?
No.
Beth Anderson will be ticked off.
I know, but Beth Anderson doesn't watch the stream. Thank you.
That's too bad.
People occasionally mistake this like I might be the king of the castle or something. She basically treats me like I'm her pet. Some people have dogs or cats. She has a husband that she takes care of. So it's more like she just sort of checks in on me, makes sure I didn't make a mess on the rug, make sure I'm not scratching up the furniture. So we were on vacation one time. We were up in Minnesota with 2 other couples. We went on a fishing trip, and it's our first night up there, and we got everything unpacked and went and did some grocery shopping, and we're just hanging out back in the lake house, and I'm just sitting there watching TV. I've got my feet up on the coffee table, and I don't even know what we were watching, some TV show or some movie or something, and my wife comes over and like picks up one of my feet and starts taking off my socks and shoes. And she gets about halfway through the first foot, and one of the other wives looks over, and they're just like, "Helen, what are you doing?" And starts yelling at my wife, and everybody started laughing. She's like, "I was just going to take off his socks and shoes." And again, didn't ask her to, wasn't expecting it. It's more like, she just decided that the dog needed grooming, so she came over and started taking off the socks and shoes. If it amuses her, she'll dress me in ugly Christmas sweaters. Sometimes she takes me for a walk. Occasionally brings me a treat home. But she's got no problem with whacking me on the nose with a rolled up newspaper either, so you just never know. We've been married, it's going to be 14 years in May, and I have not been bored a single day.
Certainly doesn't sound like it.
I just never know what's coming next. Preparing for the siege, a house in turmoil. Alright. Guards need battle horns, is that what I'm doing? Oh no, I need to go talk to the Reeve, it looks like. Okay. I still can't get in. Nope. Nope. Alright, I'm going to go fight more drakes then. I'm tired of wandering around in circles here in town. Set as quest guide. We will mount up and go kill some drakes. I don't remember if it was another vacation or the same vacation, but we were with some of the same friends, and I was kind of sleeping in, and I was still up in bed, and my wife had gone down for breakfast, and she had made me a plate of food and was bringing it up to me, and my buddy Jeff, who was best man at our wedding, sees her heading towards the stairs with a plate of food. She's like, Helen, what do you think you're doing? I was just going to take him and he just starts shaking his head. No. He wasn't standing for it. He made her put it down. It's like, no, you're not taking that lazy bastard of a husband of yours a sandwich in bed. Put the plate down. He'll come down when he's hungry to eat.
Certainly sounds like you two have a very interesting dynamic.
I think Zinger's gone completely to sleep. I haven't said anything even remotely interesting for him in like the last 2 hours.
Sorry, I'm still waking up from that sports talk.
Oh, okay.